Hello and welcome to Givology or the study of life. Ever wondered how your tongue knows the difference between sweet and salty, or why food tastes better when they are warm? For example, a warm pizza is always more tastier than one which has gone cold. In this video, we will uncover the mystery of how your taste buds work. We will explore the taste map of your tongue and dive into the fascinating science behind how we perceive flavors. Stick around till the end for some mind blowing facts that will change the way you think about tasting your favorite food. Let's get started. The traditional view of the taste map of the tongue suggests that different regions of the tongue are responsible for detecting different tastes. According to this map, the tip of the tongue is sensitive to sweetness, the sides detect sour and salty tastes, and back of the tongue is where the bitterness is sensed. However, this taste map is a myth. The traditional tongue map is an oversimplification. Research has shown that the distribution of taste receptors for different tastes isn't so clearly separated by region. All five primary tastes, that is, sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami, are actually present on all parts of the tongue that have taste buds. While some areas might be slightly more sensitive to certain tastes, there's no strict zone dedicated to a single taste. Let's understand a little more about the taste buds. Taste buds are specialized sensory organs which are responsible for detecting tastes. They are located on the tongue, soft palate, and other parts of the mouth as well, but majorly on the tongue. These are small, round, or oval structures which are usually found within the papillae of the tongue. The papillae are tiny bump like projections on the surface of the tongue, and they are of different types like fungiform, circumvallate, foliate, and so on. So there, in the video part 1 of tongue series, I have described the different types of papillae in details. You can refer to that video if you want to know more about them. Coming to the taste bud. Each taste bud consists of 50 to 100 taste receptor cells which are responsible for detecting chemicals in the food. These are called the taste cells or the gustatory cells. These cells have tiny hair-like projections called microvilli that extend into the taste pore where they come into contact with the tasteds. Tasteds are the chemical compounds which trigger taste. In addition to the taste cells, taste buds also contain supporting cells which help to maintain the structure of the taste bud. Then there are basal cells. These are stem cells located at the bottom of the taste buds that help to regenerate damaged or dead taste cells. Taste cells are constantly replaced every 10 to 14 days. That is also why when you drink a very hot cup of coffee and burn your mouth, you do get back your taste after some time. Now, the next are the nerve fibers. The taste receptor cells are connected to the sensory nerve fibers that carry taste information to the brain. These fibers send signals through cranial nerves, primarily the facial, glossopharyngeal, and vagus nerves, to the brain where the sensation of taste is processed. Sometimes students get confused between papillae, taste buds, and taste cells and think them all to be the same. So, in a simple way, I have explained the difference in this video. Papillae are small raised bumps on your tongue. You can actually see them, feel them when you run your tongue over a surface. They are not the taste receptors themselves, but they are the structures which hold the taste bud. So there are different types of papillae and some of them are responsible for helping you to taste. Talking about taste buds, inside the papillae you will find tiny structures called taste buds. These are small taste sensors which detect the different flavors in the food. They are made up of several specialized cells which are responsible for the actual taste perception. So a single taste bud contains many taste cells. Taste cells are individual sensory cells inside the taste bud. Each taste cell is responsible for detecting a specific taste like sweet, salty, sour, etc. When food chemicals come in contact with these taste cells, they send signals to the brain, which is how you experience different flavors. To sum it up, papillae are the bumps on your tongue, taste buds are inside the papillae and help you sense flavor, and taste cells are inside the taste buds and do the actual work of detecting taste. Now, taste perception or gustation involves a complex process by which the brain interprets stimuli from substances like food and drink, interacting with specialized receptors on the tongue and other parts of the oral cavity. So, here's a breakdown of the mechanism of taste perception. There are 6 points which we will be covering in this video, and we will look at each of them in detail. Stimulus detection, signal transduction, neural transmission, processing in brain, integration with senses, and adaptation and sensory modulation. Now, stimulus detection. Taste begins when chemicals from the food or liquids dissolve in saliva and come into contact with taste receptors on taste buds, which are located on the papillae of the tongue and other areas like the roof of mouth and throat. The taste receptors are specialized sensory cells on the taste buds which detect different tastes. Each taste receptor is activated by specific chemicals. Example, for sugars for the sweet, sodium ions for the salty, hydrogen ions, often from the acids, for the sour, alkaloids and other plant compounds for the bitter, and glutamate and amino acids for the umami taste. Now, signal transduction. When a tastent, which is the chemical from the food, interacts with its corresponding receptor on the taste bud, it triggers a signal transduction pathway. This involves ion channels for sour and salty tastes where the tastants directly affect an ion channel such as sodium or hydrogen, leading to depolarization of the taste receptor cells. However, when it comes to sweet, bitter and umami taste, the tastants bind to GPCR, which is the G protein coupled receptors on the taste receptor cell. This leads to activation of second messenger system, which in turn opens or closes the ion channel, depolarizing the cells. Talking about the neural transmission. Now, after the taste receptor cells are activated, they release neurotransmitters which transmit the signals to the brain via several cranial nerves like the facial nerve 7, glossopharyngeal nerve 9, and vagus nerve 10. These nerve fibers relay the taste signals to the gustatory nucleus in the brainstem, particularly in the medulla oblongata. Now, how does it all get processed in the brain? The taste information is then sent to the higher brain centers, which includes the thalamus, which acts as a relay station, the gustatory cortex, primarily in the insula located in the cerebral cortex, where the sensation of taste is consciously perceived. Now, taste perception is strongly influenced by other sensory inputs as well, particularly smell, texture, and visual cues. The interaction of these senses with the taste helps us to create a fuller, more accurate experience of flavor, as seen when the loss of smell, such as, say, during cold, which can impair the taste experience. So, taste adaptation and sensory modulation. What is taste adaptation? So, when we constantly eat a similar a food with a similar taste, the sensory receptors can become less responsive to continuous exposure to the same taste. This phenomenon is known as adaptation. And cross-modal sensory interaction is basically about the fact that other factors like temperature might enhance or suppress certain taste qualities. So, in summary, the taste perception is a multi-step process that starts with the detection of tastants by specialized receptors in the taste buds, followed by a signal transduction and neural transmission, culminating in the interpretation of taste in the brain. Additionally, the experience of taste is influenced by sensory interactions, making it a complex and integrated process. I hope you liked the video and found it interesting. And if you did, then please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. For the remaining three parts, this is part 2. Please do visit part 1, and part 3, 4, and 5 are on their way. You can see the different topics which are going to be covered in these parts. So stay tuned and do enjoy the other videos. See you in the next video. Happy studying.